A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to ANB Exam Forum. In today's session, we are going to see one more question paper from SSC CGL 2022, and this exam was held on 6th March 2023. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's begin the session. So these are our few other videos that we have made for SSC CGL Tier 2. It has all the chapters related to theory as well as the practice session. Okay, so if you have time, you can watch it and get benefited from them. Okay, coming to the topic wise distribution for this paper that was held on 6th March 2023 for SSC CGL 2022, we have seen 11 questions from the computer and basic. And as I told you many times, this is one of the important chapter in the computer knowledge test. Okay, and the subtopic, you can see how questions are asked in different chapters. Okay, coming to the software part, they have asked only 2 questions from Word and Excel. Okay, and the next chapter, that is working with internet and emails, they have asked the 2 questions again. Okay, and from the basic of networking and cybersecurity, they have asked 5 questions. Okay, so in this way total 20 questions were asked, and you can see computer basic is one of the important chapter where you get 50% of questions from this chapter itself. Okay, so make sure you prepare well this chapter only, you will get 10 question easily. Okay, so let's see the first question. A dash can be a malware or hardware. The main purpose of this malware is to record the key pressed by the user on keyboard. Okay, this question is from the chapter malware or the cyber security. And as you know, a malware can be a software part, can be a hardware part. So this malware, basically what it does, it records the key pressed by the user. Suppose you are using a computer and keylogger is there. So based on that keylogger, he will record each and every key what the user is typing. For example, you are typing your password. The password will be logged by this keylog malware, and behind your back it will be sent to the hackers which are going to use it for the malicious activity. Okay, so keylogger is the right answer for this question. And there are other type of malware also that we have discussed separately in the chapter malware. We have covered maximum type of malware that are commonly asked in the exam, starting from the virus to ransomware to keyloggers, Trojan, everything we have covered. If you have time, you can watch it. The next question is from the chapter ports from the computer and basics. A dash port transmit 1 bit of a byte at a time. Okay, it is meant for transmitting slow data over long distance. Okay, so since this port is used to transmit single bit at a time, so parallel port will not be definitely your answer. Display port will also not be your answer. Okay, so this is USB, that is universal serial bus, and serial port. Okay, so you have these 2 options. As you know, USB are generally used for data transmission over a very short distance. In fact, it connects to the PC directly, whereas serial port is used to transfer the data over long distance. Okay, so serial should be the right answer. Okay, and as the word also suggests, serials means which comes one after another. So 1 bit at a time will be sent to the hardware. Okay, so option 3 is the right answer. So again, we have made a separate session on that where we have covered everything related to ports. What are the important previous year pointers? We have covered everything. Okay, so you can just go through that video and you will have some more few pointers related to this chapter. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is also known as flash drive? Okay, a flash drive. Yes, these are the four options. Yes, those who have given option D, pen drive, they are right. Pen drive are also known as flash drive. As you know, all such type of memory are called solid state storage device. The examples, as I told you in that session, it is SSD, solid state drive, which are also known as electronic disk. Pen drive, which are not commonly used for data transfer, are known as USB flash drive or thumb drive, whereas SD cards, also known as memory cards, all belong to category of solid storage device. Okay, let's see the next question. Which of the following keyboard shortcut is used to close an MS Word 365 document? Okay, so it is from the software part, and this time it is MS Word. And as I told you many times, you go to this shortcut, you will have one questions from this shortcut itself. Okay, and for closing in an MS Word, as you know, everybody knows it is what? Alt plus F4. Okay, so Alt plus F4 is used to close the MS Word document. Okay, so option 3 is the right answer. Let's see the next question. Which among the following is incorrect about cache memory? Okay, so this such type of question will also be asked in your exam, where he is not asking you directly straight. He is going to check your memory for looking all the options one by one. Okay, so incorrect about the cache memory. It is slower than main memory. No, this is incorrect itself. Cache memory, as you know, it is very faster than main memory because it is much closer to the CPU, much closer to the processor. That's why it is very fast memory. So there is no need to go through another option. So your answer is 1. Option 1 is the right answer. So we have made a big session on the memory. As you can see, there are a lot of memory starting from primary, secondary and other memory, and cache memory is one of the memory which sits between RAM and CPU, and all such pointers we have covered in this particular session. Okay, let's see the next question. Which among the following keyboard shortcut key is used to open File Explorer or Windows Explorer? Okay, so this is from the topic or chapter Windows Explorer. Again, we have made a video on that where we have discussed everything about Windows Explorer. And as you know, Windows Explorer, you just type window and E stand for Explorer. It is going to open the File Explorer or the Windows Explorer. Okay, so option 1 is the right answer. So these are other few shortcuts which are commonly asked in the exam, like window D is also one important key in the Windows Explorer, which is used to display or hide the text desktop. Okay, so if you press this combination, you are going to either hide or display. If it is in the hide mode, it will be displayed. If it is displayed, then the desktop will be hide. Okay, coming to the next question. A dash is a networking device that filters network traffic while connecting computer or communicating device. Okay, so as we have seen in the networking device, basically one chapter is there, one session we have made in the networking device specifically for SSC exam. So in that chapter we have seen that few of the devices are used to filter the network traffic. Okay, for example, in these 4 options we know that switch and router are basically used to filter the network traffic, whereas repeater and distributor are not used to filter the traffic. So you can eliminate this option, whereas you are left with switch and router. Since routers he's adding one more statement, connecting multiple computers or communicating device. So they should be physically connected. So in that case, your answer should be switch. Although router can also do filters, it is going to use IP address or filtering, whereas switch is going to use MAC ID for filtering the network traffic. Okay, so option 3 is the right answer. And in the networking devices chapter, we have seen such pointers, and I'm not going to give you detail of everything related to all such networking devices. We have covered in detail in that particular session. Coming to the next question, a dash is a contiguous program or code that attach itself to another piece of software and reproduce itself when the software is run. Okay, and as you know, virus. Okay, virus is the program or the malicious code or the malware which attach itself commonly to exe and bin, and when those exe were executed, they are going to reproduce itself in the computer. Okay, so option 2 is the right answer. And there are other few pointers that we have discussed, like India's first virus name is Cbrain, whereas if you see the world first virus, that is Creeper. Okay, and the first antivirus that is used to remove that virus is Reaper. Okay, and the most important characteristic is that it needs a host file or a file to execute to spread. Okay, and all such pointers we have already covered in malware, so I'm not again going to repeat once more. Okay, coming to the next question, again from the keyboard shortcut. Okay, which open the property of the selected item on Windows 10 home screen. So again, I think it is from the Windows Explorer chapter. Okay, Windows Explorer, suppose there is one folder or one application, you want to find the property of that item. What is a keyboard shortcut key for that? It is basically Alt plus Enter. So if you press Alt plus Enter, it will open a pop-up window where it is going to display all the property related to that selected item. Okay. This is that we have already seen that Alt plus Enter is used to display the property of selected item, whereas like Control C and Control V, these are common key. In fact, they are used in Windows Explorer also for copying and pasting, but you should also know this shortcut also. Shift and Insert is used to paste the selected item, and this pointer was asked in SSC CHSL. Okay. Let's see the next question. Which shortcut key is used to quickly create a new blank workbook in MS Excel 2010? A very easy one. So as you know that Control plus N, whenever you find such key Control plus N, it is going to create something new. It can be new Word document, new Excel document, okay, new window. Okay, so this is the right answer. Okay. So, and Control W is used to close the document that everybody knows. Okay, so it is close. Coming to the next, it is from the chapter Input Output Devices. Okay, and the question says dash is a reading device that reads printed text by scanning it character by character. Okay, so it is a scanner basically. It is an input device, but it is going to read character by character. So trackball, as you know, it is just a cursor which uses a ball to move. So this is your incorrect option. Okay, digitizer, as you know, it is going to take the digits into consideration. So it is again you can eliminate. You are left with MICR, okay, magnetic ink character recognition and optical character reader. Okay, so this is saying that it is going to read printed text character by character. So it is optical character recognition or the reader which is going to read character by character. And all such pointers we have seen in this particular session, where we have seen that OCR is used to recognize a text, ASCII text basically, that is editable, whereas MICR are generally used in the bank to process the check. Okay, let's see the next question. Which among the following statement is incorrect about CPU? Okay, again you need to find the incorrect statement. CPU control the order of execution. Yes, CPU controls the order of execution. It is true. ALU is responsible for taking input. No, this is the input device is responsible for taking input. So this is incorrect. Okay, so option 2, those who have given, they are right. Coming to next, which register in the instruction cycle hold the last instruction fetched? Okay, and what should be your answer? Let's see one by one. So memory address register is going to hold the address of the register of the data. Instruction register is going to store the instruction that is being currently executed, whereas program counter is going to hold the instruction which is going to be executed next after the fetching. Okay, and memory buffer register is used to hold the values or the data or the instruction temporarily. Okay, so the answer for this question is option 2, instruction register, which hold the instructions which is being executed by the processor after the fetching phase, obviously. Okay, so option 2 is the right answer. So these are the few other pointers. Okay, let's see the next question. It is from the chapter email. And email, in Gmail, what do you use when you want to reply reply to the only original sender? Okay, so in the email chapter we have seen such type of scenario where what terminology is used for what. Okay, so forward is used to forward to some other person, so this is incorrect. Both reply and forward can be used, but in the forward it is not the similar case of the reply, so it is incorrect. Reply all, it is going to reply each and every one in the CC and in the to field, whereas reply is going to send the message to the person which is have sent the message. So option 4 is the right answer. So all such terminology we have seen in the email session, and like reply A, all reply and forward, what are the other important topics, all such things we have covered in email session. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is not a magnetic disk? Okay, a very simple one. So as you know, DVD, that is digital versatile disk, is a type of optical disk. It uses optics, it uses lights to store the data. Okay, so DVD is optical disk, not magnetic disk. So option 2 is the right answer. Coming to the next question, which of the following buttons are present in quick access toolbar? And as I told you many times, the quick access toolbar is present at the title bar on the left side of the left upper corner. Okay, and these are the following options which are placed in the quick access toolbar: save, undo and redo. Okay, just see your toolbar here. There will be some small symbol will be there like undo, redo and paste, or sometimes save. This can be manipulated, but default options are this only. Okay, yes, so you can see here, and these are the quick access toolbar. So save, redo, undo and redo. Okay, this is the symbol for redo, this is for undo, and this is for save. So this is the quick access toolbar. Let's see the next question. Which among the following statement is incorrect? Okay, we need to find the incorrect statement. Memory is required in the web server to download anything. Memory in the server is not required. In fact, why it is not required? Because it is the server memory. Only we need to transfer the data. Okay, so option 1 itself is the wrong answer. Okay, let's see the other pointer as well. As you know, uploading is copying data from device to server. Yes, it is perfectly correct. And data travel from user to server during upload, it is also right. And downloading, copying from server to machine, it is also correct. These are definitions of upload and download, whereas this memory is not required in the web server to download anything. Let's see the next question. Which of the following internet protocols specify how data is exchanged over the internet, how it should be broken into packet? Okay, so there are many popular protocols in the internet, and if you see all these protocol, PPP is the post office protocol, which is commonly used in the email service. And if you see hypertext transfer protocol, it is used in World Wide Web service. Whereas TCP, transmission control protocol, okay, it is used to exchange the data and it should be broken into pieces. So it is a part of TCP IP model. And this is the protocol, this is a very important protocol which is used in TCP, and it is used to it is one of the protocol. These are the application layer protocol where it works at the transport layer protocol. And again, SMTP is again a simple mail transfer protocol. It is again a protocol used in the email service. So option 3 is the right answer. Let's see the next question. A server acts as a set of components accessible to software developer through API. What is API? It is application programming interface defined by the platform itself. So as the word, if you know the full form, you can easily answer it is application server. One server will be there. For example, you have Amazon server. So if he is defining some API that for the platform to use it, so it is basically an application server. Okay, email server will provide email service, whereas file transfer protocol will give you a file storage service. Okay, so option 1 is the right answer. Let's see the 20th question for today. Consider the following statement about match function in MS Excel 2010. It searches for the specified item in this cell and return the relative position of that item. Yes, it is correct. The match function syntax is match, lookup value, lookup array, and match type. Yes, it is also correct. All arguments are required. No, this is incorrect. As you can see in the syntax, whenever you find this bracket with the variable name, this means it is an optional. Okay, so this is optional argument, optional parameter which need to be passed. So the answer for this question is only P and Q. So option 4 is the right answer. So we have seen 20 questions that were asked in SSC CGL 2022. Okay, so if you have anything to say, you can write in our comment box. We will be very happy to answer your questions. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.